colorectal cancers basically are of two types, like colon or rectum cancers. And colon cancers usually are straightforward to manage, because they will present with some symptoms. So you can get a stage 1 cancer also, you can get a stage 4 cancer also. In all the colorectal cancers, colon cancers, basically, the treatment is always surgery and chemotherapy, a combination of that.
Right.
And like as I said, in colon cancers, you can have that PIPAC and HIPAC options also, which are available in advanced cancers. In rectum cancers is a very interesting developments have happened in the recent years.
Yes.
So basically, as I said, for very early cancers, if it's a stage 1 cancer, nowadays there is a new type of ultrasonography, which is that is sonography, which is available. It is called as EUS, endoscopic ultrasound. It has been there for quite some time now, around 7-8 years plus in India.
Yeah.
So if it's a very early cancer, you can do this endoscopic ultrasound.
Okay.
And if only the superficial layers of your rectum are involved, you can do, as we discussed earlier, the endoscopic surgery.
Yes,
So
sir.
without leaving any scar, the cancer is removed, and end of story. We can just have a regular follow-up. Then the second advance which has happened is something called as sphincter preserving surgery. It's a huge, not only a technological advance, I would say a psychological advance also. Because many of the colorectal cancer patients which we see in India are in the age group of 40 to 60.
Right.
So relatively young patients.
Right.
And the traditional teaching was, if from your anus, the cancer is 5 centimeters from the anus, you have to remove the entire rectum and you have a stoma for life on your abdominal cavity.
Oh my God.
The motions come from a hole on your tummy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So it has a very bad psychological impact on the patient.
Yeah.
So now what recent studies have shown, that if your sphincters, the anal sphincters, the muscles which hold our stool in place before we can pass them. So if those sphincters are not involved, you can do a surgery called as intersphincteric surgery.
Okay.
Where you remove just a part of the sphincter, the rest of the sphincter remains.
Right.
In which case you are able to save the normal pathway of the patient.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if the healing process happens, we are able, we keep a temporary stoma, but then once that lower surgery has healed, we close the stoma and the patient can pass motions from below.
Wow.
So this is again one big technological advantage which many people don't know. And
My God, yeah.
unfortunately, many doctors who are not trained in that will not give that option to the patient.
Yes, exactly.
That is something which I always feel bad. And so, because if you're trained in that, you should offer that to the patient. If you're not trained, you should send that patient to someone who's
trained in it, or at least have the awareness that such a treatment.
So, and then now one more concept which has come is called as a non-surgical option for rectal cancers.
Okay.
So in very selected cases, so I'm speaking it at the end because I don't want wrong ideas to pass on.
Yes.
That very selected cases, early stages, you can just give chemo radiation.
Okay.
And if there is what we call as a complete response, that means the patient has stage 2, stage 3 cancer, we give chemotherapy, we give radiation therapy, and the disease disappears totally on MRI. We then do a under anesthesia examination and biopsy from where the cancer was.
Okay.
And if that also comes out to be negative, we say that it's a complete clinico-radiological response. That means it has responded to chemotherapy and radiation. In olden days, this patient used to undergo surgery. But now we are keeping them under what is called as wait and watch policy. So
whether or not surgery is necessary or not.
So in like every 3 monthly, we follow them up. And we have some patients who have now completed almost 2.5 years. And without surgery, they're doing fine.
Wow.
So this is also one technological advance, but then it is suitable only in a selected number of patients.
So the disadvantage right now of that is it.
So,
All
so
right.
trying to see which patients will benefit and we are being very super selective in the type of patients we treat right now with that.